Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video, and this is a paid request for James. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour or full playthrough, tier list, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for Hide in Plain Sight, a 1980 film that was, I think, could be wrong on this, but I think the only film directed by James Caan, who also stars in the film. Before I go on, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, movie review, re-review, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour or full playthrough, a commentary, a tier list, a ranking, random thoughts on something, news, movie news, whatever, feel free to send it. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can, and for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. So this is I'm repeating myself. Hide in Plain Sight is based on a true story where this guy, he tries to go to his kids. He's estranged from his wife, his ex-wife now. Goes to see his kids, and his kids are gone. And he realizes that the government has put his ex-wife, who is married to someone else, and his kids in with this relocation plan. Because the guy she married is this mobster that did some stupid crime, because he's an idiot, and says, okay, if you want to get out of this trouble, you gotta name the people you work with. Since you're naming them, you gotta go into witness protection, of course. That's his new wife, James Caan's ex-wife, and the two kids, a boy and a girl, James Caan's kids. They go with them, and James Caan's not told where they went, and he wants to find them. So I don't know much about the true story itself, what's factual, what's not factual about this. I can't imagine, though, a whole lot was really changed, because I like James Caan. I did. I thought he was a really good actor. My favorite film of his is the original Rollerball. The original Rollerball, which I'm going to get some mellow yellow for a toast, because the original Rollerball is fantastic. It's one of my favorite films of the 70s. It's a great sports, violent movie, but also has a lot of socio-political themes and themes about power structure and society, without it feeling too pretentious that it stops being entertaining. Like the original Rollerball, not the remake. The original Rollerball is really good. So James Caan, I like him in that. I know he hated Alien Nation. I don't know why he hated it, but I think that's an underrated film. Alien Nation was a fun movie. That deserves a better release on Blu-ray or whatever the case. It deserves a much better release. He did some Adam Sandler films. He was in, That's My Boy, I think he was in that, I believe. Bulletproof he was in, with Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans. James Caan was the bad guy in that, which I like Bulletproof. Of course, The Godfather he's most famous for. But yeah, always liked him as an actor. It's cool they got to direct it. Apparently, this was a passion project. It took him like 2 years to do this. I like to say he stars in the film. His performance is there, because I do think he's a good actor, but this film, compared to a lot of other James Caan films, I mean, it's better than That's My Boy, which he's in, but I mean, compared to Thief, which is another good one with James Caan, Alien Nation, Rollerball, other stuff, this pales in comparison. And I did not really like this film. So I'm sorry to James if he likes the film. That's cool. It's not for me. Number one, I think this film's way too boring. For a movie that should be exciting, thrilling, intriguing. I mean, one day you go to your ex-wife's place. She and the kids are gone. Where'd they go? The Darman's hiding. They won't tell you. That should be like some really intense sequences and amping up the emotion of James Caan's character, because he's still wondering, like, where the fuck are my kids? Are they safe? Are they doing well? You don't get that with James Caan. For the most part, he plays it far too subdued. Once in a while, you see a little bit of that amped up, but even then, not too amped. I just thought for the most part, he was just too subdued in his performance. There are times, there's one bit where he's fucking fishing. He's fucking fishing calmly, and his new girlfriend comes up. Hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm just fishing. And you see over there, look across the water. That's where Canada is. And I mean, you seem a bit too calm when you don't know where your kids are. And it plays is so slow paced that truly nothing happens. This is really one of those films where you know nothing happens, and I'm like, that's pretty fitting. And I'm going to go over the entire film just to explain that, so spoilers. But it takes place in Buffalo, New York, 1967. You have about a 36-minute build-up where this wannabe monster is with his ex-wife. James Caan once in a while goes to see his kids. He treats his kids very well. He's going out with this new girl. Sometimes there's these awkward dinners, like there's one where they're with a couple, and then someone else like starts a fight, and you see like a fight happen in the background during this dinner for some reason. And he'll go see his kids a couple more times. They'll cut to the mobster, trying to rob, or was robbing a place, doing the stupid shit, gets caught, tried. James Caan sees on TV, he's like, what the fuck? And eventually the mobster again makes a deal, but you gotta go into the relocation program. And it's up until 36 minutes in, and it's about a 90-some minute movie. He goes to the house, there's no one there. Now, if I'm the guy and I find that everything is gone and the kids are gone, I'm in a frenzy. I mean, what the hell's going on? Hell, I feel that way if my fucking internet goes out. If my fucking internet goes out and it's Friday night and they're not open back till Monday, that's how it is around here, I would go in a fucking frenzy. I'd be like, what the fuck? So the fact I go more, I guess that shows more about me. I would go in more of a frenzy with that than this guy does looking for his kids. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a bit worried, but I just thought a bit too subdued. I didn't feel the urgency. He talks to the cops. I think the cop he talks to, I could be wrong, but I swear he was the mayor in Ghostbusters. At least that's what who he looks like. I could be wrong. But it'll be like, okay, I just don't feel this sense of urgency and tension, and you really feel the pressure of this dad trying to find his kids. It's, okay, I talked to the kids. Okay, we'll do what we can do. They'll cut to the mobster with James Caan's kids and the woman, and they're out eating fucking French fries somewhere. Then it'll cut to doing some other stuff, and then James Caan is calmly fishing. I mean, where's the fucking urgency? Where's your motivation? And him dating the woman. You see James Caan dating the woman and this and that. Tries to talk to this cop who was at this cafe, and then he tries to walk away, and then James Caan's trying to talk to him, and the guy's like, wait, there's not much I have to do about it. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't help you much. But he's also, the cop's being a bit of a dick about it too. I know. A cop being a dick, surprise. But still. Eventually, James Caan and his new girlfriend go to get a lawyer, and it's Danny Aiello, who I recognize. He was in the original Jacob's Ladder. I'm on various other films. He says, listen, I'll try to help you. I won't try to take all your money, but I'll try to help you. James Caan gets laid off at his job. He gets pissed about it, but then he's like, listen, I'm glad at least you told me personally. And a whole bunch of nothing happens until his mom gets a phone call, doesn't take it, the charges. And too late, James Caan realizes, what? That's her. That's my ex-wife. What are you doing? Where did she say she was? Oh, Ann Arbor, Michigan. So James Caan, and in the midst of this, his new girlfriend gets pregnant. But James Caan goes on a road trip. He gets there. He's followed by a guy, and the guy, I'm guessing, because he says, I'm not a cop and we're after the same thing, as in, I guess one of the mobsters who's trying to get the wannabe mobster. Let's help each other out. James Caan drives away, and then I don't think you ever see that mobster guy again. There's never mobsters trying to go pressure James Caan, affront James Caan, attack James Caan, and hey, maybe he's trying to stick with the real life story. Well, then the headline is probably more interesting than the story. Or the story is interesting in the first paragraph. If the government took you kids, how would you feel about it? But then the rest of the journey is boring as fuck. Because he goes there, again, he gets followed, he talks to the guy, he leaves. He talks to a cop, and then he's back home to where the fuck he was. He went all the way to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and for what? Nothing happened. Nothing occurred. He wants more answers. The girlfriend's like, well, we got a life too. And I'm sitting there going, lady, do you really expect him to abandon his 2 kids? Yes, he's got you and you're pregnant, but do you expect him to abandon his 2 kids and not want to know where they're at? Finally, he tosses the secretary. He picks up and slams a typewriter, and then it cuts to back at home with his girlfriend and someone else. I mean, what happened next? You assume he got the answers because then he goes and finds them, but there are times it seems like there should be a big, important scene or explosive piece of acting or breakdown or urgency, as I keep repeating. And there's none of that. There is none of that in this fucking movie. Nothing. There are times there are cuts and you go, what happened? There should be a scene that follows up, or there should be this escalation, but you don't get that. So let me backtrack, and again, 36 minutes in, his family's missing. He talks to a cop. He goes out with his girlfriend, gets her pregnant. They get a lawyer. They go to some courts. Nothing happens. Nothing's solved. Just brushed aside again and again. Finds out from his mom the call was from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Talks to a few people, then goes home. Nothing accomplished. Talks with his girlfriend, fights with his girlfriend, until ultimately I guess from getting the information from the woman after he slammed the typewriter, Sneets finds the wannabe mobster and confronts him. Where are they? Oh, they're in a motel, down the road. James Caan goes there, finds them this restaurant by the motel. Hugs the two kids. There's the ex-wife. The feds come in. Hey, you can't do this. And then James Caan does this to the next to the guy's face. Nobody. And then just leaves with his two kids in the taxi cab. I'm like, nobody would. Nobody does it better. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Nobody will help you up because life will beat you to your knees. Just the idea is nobody's going to take my kids or something. And then apparently, yeah, that's all it took. He goes home, he's fine. Nothing about custody of the kids, anything of the sort. Court of law, nothing. Just, everything's fine with his girlfriend. He ends up with his two kids, his girlfriend. I guess the kids are living with him. You think they'd be like crying, scared, afraid, upset that, okay, on one hand they couldn't see their dad, or so they thought. Now, who knows if they can see their mom, or when they can ever see their mom. Does one be when the mob guys looking for this mobster want that woman as well? We don't want to torture you, so you can tell us where he's at. Or hold you hostage so we could get this guy. No, apparently none of that comes into play. This is like a generic, boring TV movie. Run-of-the-mill TV film. And James Caan was disappointed. His directing was disappointing. It was like a TV movie. The pacing was sluggish. The pacing was boring. The pacing was a slog to sit through. And to repeat, nothing happened. I'm not asking for fucking helicopters to come fly in and James Caan jumping from helicopter to helicopter and skydiving onto a mobster's limousine and blowing it up. But literally nothing happens. And James Caan, his performance, it was just way too subdued. For a guy that's supposed to be freaking out looking for his kids, 9 times out of 10 he played it just calmly. There's a film coming out from, it came out from Kino Lorber, but Radiance Films comes out with it in November. Night of the Juggler, with James Brolin, where a guy's a cop, his daughter's been taken, and the guy searches all over New York City to get his kid back. You look at the way James Brolin played that role, that's how you play that role. That's how you do that. That's how you accomplish that anxiety, but still be strong. I'm sorry, James Caan did not do that. And this film flopped. I can see why it flopped. I don't even like the poster, because the poster's like this. And I just think this looks goofy. He's just like... And I get what he's trying to do, but when he's like... Something about that just looks goofy. It looks silly. I think because the way it's done, it's kind of like his fist is... God, I don't know how to do it. I don't know, the way his fist is, it's weird, kind of like this. It's kind of like this, like imagine you're like limp wristed, and I'm trying to like again the poster. I know it's over there, but kind of like that. That's such an awkward way to like hold it, like, and it'd be like this. You would think, like, I'm gonna punch you with this, but it's like, what is that like? You do it yourself. Put your hand up and put it like this, where you see this is where the knuckles are. Put it like that and see how awkward. Yeah, that would be awkward. This is awkward. At least to me. So yeah, if you like the film, that's fine. I thought this was a misfire for James Caan, and I just see why this film doesn't get talked about a lot. Just nothing fucking happens in the movie. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.